We're doing Dollywood take 2 today because yesterday we messed up twice, 2 major mess ups on the way to Dollywood. First, I put in Dollywood in the GPS, but it took me to some random little place called Dollywood, the opposite direction of the actual Dollywood, an hour and a half away from where we were supposed to be. So that was our first mess up. Our second mess up was once we got to Dollywood, we were pulling in and we got a phone call, and it was the hotel saying, "Did you leave your stroller in the parking lot?" So we had to turn around and go back to the hotel. We needed to have a redo. So today we woke up early. We got out of the hotel by 10. We definitely have the stroller in the car, and we put the right Dollywood in the GPS. We're on track for a better start to our day.
I've traveled every road in this here land. Oh, I've been everywhere, man. I've been everywhere, man. Cross desert fair, man. I breathe the mountain air, man. Drive life in my chair, man. I've been everywhere. Reno, Chicago, Fargo, Minnesota, Buffalo, Toronto, Winslow, Sarasota, Wichita, Tulsa, Ottawa, Oklahoma, Tampa, Panama, Manawala, Bangor, Baltimore, San
So today we're going to ride the train. Yesterday we missed the last train ride. And we're also going to find the section of the park that has like toddler and preschooler level roller coaster rides. We tried to get here early today. We're here a half hour after it opens, and we're still in Lot C like we were yesterday. So I guess it's probably common to come right when the doors open or a little bit before. Well, this might be the most beautiful parking lot situation I've ever seen. It's in a narrow, skinny valley surrounded by beautiful trees and mountains. But because it's in a valley, it makes it kind of a long and narrow parking lot. So the later you are, the farther away you are. So we're getting a little bit of a workout. We made it just in time to catch the line for the train. The train leaves every hour, so you gotta run to catch it.
I want to go to camera.
We have to wait or you're gonna get trampled.
Waiting in line for the world famous cinnamon bread and some acid. It's like 100 degrees outside, but we're still gonna get hot cinnamon bread. You can get out. Linden's having a timeout because she's acting like she's the boss. All right, I got the goods.
See a train?
I see train.
And there's 2 things to dip it in: icing and apple butter. And Maple Olive wants to get out. Oh, apple butter's good. It's not butter, it's just apples. Wow. It's very, very sweet.
Linden, do you want to try the cinnamon bread?
That's a treat. What do you think?
You approve? Linden approved.
Well, I had my sugar quota for like the next couple of months, but it was good. It was like really indulgent and really good. It's not something you want to have every day. We're at the tiny kids section. What's it called? Barnyard Fun. They can do every single ride in this section. I went on the Bumblebee ride with them, but I don't think grown-ups are supposed to because I was not comfortable at all. I could barely fit. My legs were all cramped up. Did you guys win that? Yes. No way. We moved pretty slowly through the park because about every 200 feet somebody needs a sandwich, a cracker, a water, a diaper change, to be fed, to be snuggled. Well, now I get it. Now I see why people rave about Dollywood, especially if you came here as a kid. I could see how coming here would feel really magical even as a grown-up. The highlight of the day for me was probably watching those country singers doing that song and dance in the theater. And Linden's eyes were like saucers. She just loved it. And I just kind of thought to myself, like, wow, this is so special. Like, she's gonna remember this. And the other highlight of my day is watching you and Linden run off to go do the Whitewater Rapids ride. Because I remember stuff like that from when I was a kid. And that made me really happy.
What are we gonna do? What ride are we?
We're gonna ride
We're gonna ride a boat?
Yeah.
We're gonna get so wet. No, I think it's his turn to get wet. We already got wet. Whose turn is it? Oh, whose turn is it? Do you like it?
Hey, Mama. I'm scared.
Woo! Whose turn is it going to be next?
I think your turn.
Her turn? Okay. Linden, you can look up.
No, I don't want to get all over my eyes.
It's just like a little shower. That waterfall tricked you. You want to do it again?
No, I don't want to do it again.
Okay. We did it.
Did you bubble yourself?
No,
Why?
because I have precious cargo.
What does cargo mean?
Something that you carry. Am I carrying something?
Yes.
What am I carrying?
You carry me.
Yeah.
Linden.
Yeah, and is Linden precious?
I am precious.
Weirdly, the food here is like excellent. I mean, it's not healthy, but everything I've eaten has been like really good. The layout is kind of cool. It's like in one big loop, kind of. There's definitely tangents you can take, but it's generally in one big loop, and that's kind of nice because you can have like an order to things. I like that there's definitely stuff for small kids like ours. There's a whole area of, I guess it's a carnival section, and they can do almost everything there. Do you want to go on a flying elephant?
Yeah, Mama.
Let's check it out. Well, Linden just kept standing up in the tea party ride, and the lady kept saying, "Everybody sit down on your bottoms." But Linden wasn't listening, and she kept standing up and kept standing up. And she said, "Sit down, hon. Sit down, hon." And finally I had to say, "Linden, sit down." And then Linden did, and then the lady said, "Thanks, Mom."
Down a little bit.
Hi, Mama.
She said, "Sit down." The lady
What you doing, Mama?
on your butt.
Thank you, Mom.
Sure. And then Linden got mad. I was like,
I like Mama. I like more Papa. I like more.
Is Linden mad?
but we made a deal to only make nice faces today. The first day we basically did everything wrong as far as going to Dollywood. We even left our stroller in the parking lot of our hotel, and we didn't discover it till we were pulling into Dollywood. That's just one of the things that we did wrong on our first time. And the second day was like a huge win. We did everything right. Like, we all had a great time. And I think the girls are gonna have some really great memories of being here. And I feel good about this being their first big amusement park. It makes me happy. I feel like I'm parenting win. Ever been to any live shows or theater or anything like that? Linden today, she really lit up when we were watching the country singers. There was a group of like 5 of them, a couple guys and 3 girls, and they were singing popular country songs and dancing to them. And Linden really lit up when we were watching that. I think that sparked something in her, so that made me really happy to see.
I never promised you a rose garden.
Linden went on her first big kid roller coaster, so that's a big deal. And Maple was big enough to just go on the little kid roller coaster. She's never been on little kid roller coasters, so that's a big deal. For a second, I got a glimpse into what it's gonna be like when the kids are older. And I can imagine Linden being my roller coaster buddy. Maybe she'll be daring like me and wanna go on all the roller coasters and stuff, and we can go together. So it was kind of cool. I mean, Linden's a kid now, you know, she's not a toddler anymore. She's barely a preschooler. She's on to being a kid. And I got a little glimpse of what life is going to be like with Linden, the kid, and I liked it. I also had like a moment where I was just feeling really happy when we were watching the country music because it was really good. First of all, it made me happy. It was like feel-good music, and I just loved how into it Linden was. I thought, maybe she'll like get into theater or singing or something like that. There's something for all of their senses here. I'm sure they'll remember how hot it was. They'll remember how good that cinnamon bread was. They'll remember being a little bit scared on the rides. Linden's gonna remember getting wet on the Whitewater Rapids. She got soaked. They're gonna remember stuff. I feel really good about it. We've had a really great day. I think we're all gonna fall asleep in the car. I wish I could fall asleep in the car. Bye, Dollywood.
Say bye, Dollywood. Bye bye, Dollywood.
Bye, Dollywood.
Everybody say bye, Dollywood.
Bye, Dollywood. Bye, Dollywood.
Later, Dollywood. We're in the Great Smoky Mountains National Park. We're hiking Laurel Falls Trail. The book said it's easy and wheelchair accessible, but the book might be like old or something, or just not completely accurate. We passed a sign coming up that said it's actually not wheelchair accessible, so the book is wrong. But you know what? We had that same sign was at Clingman's Dome, and we did the stroller at Clingman's Dome, and we were fine. So we're just gonna give it a shot, and if it gets too sketchy, we'll turn around and come down. No big deal. But we have to deal with comments from the peanut gallery the whole time. We're hiking up a big hill. Pretty much everyone we pass is like, oh, you're really brave. Oh, you should turn around. So we might have to turn around soon, but I figure we got out of the car. I mean, I'm not gonna like just get back in the car without trying. But yeah, that's pretty hard. And as far as Clingman's Dome goes, yeah, it wasn't easy. It was a lot of work, but it was totally possible. It's making me think this might be possible too. Everyone that's making comments, they don't know how tough I am. I push these 3 kids around all day, every day, and hold them in the carrier, so I'm used to the 100 extra pounds. But if the trail gets too sketchy, that's when I'll turn around, because I don't want to risk like running off the trail. Right now it's great. It's definitely wide enough and it's paved. So if it stays like this, we're good. I've got a little parrot in the stroller. She's my little parrot.
She's my little parrot.
She's cupping everything I say.
She's copying everything I say.
Abracadabra.
Abracadabra.
I'm a little nugget.
I'm a little nugget.
There's a big gap in the trail. It appears there's 2 types of commenters on this trail, and everyone's a commenter. There are the discouraging comments. Oh, you have to turn around right now.
Mama.
You're never gonna make it. And then there's the encouraging commenters saying, just a little bit longer, or wow, you're really getting a workout, or I commend you, or hats off to you, or you're brave. Which type of commenter are you? Tell me in the comments section. The nicest family so far just said, oh, go up till you can't do it anymore and then park it. So maybe that's what we'll do. Yeah, so it turns out we had to turn around. We're fine with the heavy lifting of it, but we got to the point where there was a really steep ledge on the side, and it was taking both of our strength to just keep the stroller on the trail. And that's when we both just kind of said, nah, let's turn around. It's not safe anymore. But that's okay. We'll go see a different waterfall. So we made it to this waterfall instead. Maybe we couldn't make it all the way to the top waterfall, but this one is good enough. So we did our own version of Ruby Falls hike. We hiked as far as we could go, still feeling safe, which was really far. We made it to pretty much to the top. We just couldn't go down to the falls. So we turned around, and then we stopped at like a mini waterfall, and the girls got out and played in the water and had a snack and stuff. And that was, as far as they know, that was a waterfall. So that was Laurel Falls.